Check. Yep. Con, Leon. Con. Shalom. First and foremost, we want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Yahushua. All praises is due to the Heavenly Father in the name of His only begotten Son, who the world called Jesus Christ. In the name of the Holy Spirit, double honors to the elder apostles, who will the great millstone, and Shalom wa barakatam, peace and blessings to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, pushing these prophecies, pushing the gospel and truth and sincerity. All right, as you all know the title, end time prophecies are manifest. All right, the things that the Lord spoke from the beginning are now beginning to speak, and now we're beginning to see it, and now we're able to take these prophecies and run with it. All right, that we may prophesy. All right, and all these things that we see occurring in the world, just know that it was already written, and we're just living it out. It's just playing out in the physical. Okay.
Don't be mad because we told you. Because the Lord told us through the Spirit to pass it down to our apostles, elders, down to the apostles, down through us, and we're here to push it to you.
Yeah.
Now, whether you take heed, that's on you. But we told you.
That's right.
We told you that this was going to be happening, and when it fully, because it ain't even bad yet.
We're in the beginning stage.
Yeah, this ain't even bad yet at all. Once it gets bad, then y'all gonna really be looking for it, man. And know what? It's gonna be too late.
You're gonna be looking for answers, and your local government officials, your preachers, they're not gonna have the answers you're looking for. All right, you're gonna say, I heard this before. All right,
There's a second is 9 at the top. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Hold that. Let me read this, then we're gonna read that again. Isaiah chapter 34, verse 16. Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read, because that's where you're gonna find the prophecies of the Heavenly Father. Okay.
You can't just read. The Spirit of the Lord has to be dealing with you. Because like we say, people read this Bible back and forth. You always get to take that guy out of jail. I read that book. They don't, because the Lord's not supping with them. You got to pray to the Lord that He sup with you and open up your mind to the understanding. Gives you the Harakak Kadash.
We first got to be an Israelite to even be having a chance to be in tune with what's going on over here. All right. It says, read again. It says, seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. Talking about the prophecies, right? The prophecy is not going to fail, and they're coming to pass now. Okay, the early stages, not all of them, but a lot of past. Majority of the prophecies are past. Only a few more.
Yeah.
Because
you can't deny this Bible. Russian television putting up Mark of the Beast in Revelation. The chip, CNN, referring to it as Mark of the Beast. But you got guys that's supposed to be Israelites. Don't know the Mark of the Beast is a chip. But it's on the news. Even he saw it.
This is Illuminati Mark of the Beast type stuff.
Yeah, Jay's clearly saying it right on the air, right in the mainstream news.
That's time 4.
You got the nerve to call themselves teachers.
Yeah, because you can't deny the prophecies of the Bible, man. Because that's the only book that's divinely inspired by the Most High and His Son.
Right. Really, the Lord is making it plain to those that are meant to receive it.
Right.
It's really easy to actually see it and understand it. But we know that the Most High, he has the 1/3 who He opened up the understanding to and opened up their spiritual eyes. But the rest of our people, He pretty much just closed it.
He pulled the seals off for us.
Yeah.
To see it. Okay, but for y'all, and there's still Israelite groups out there that can't see.
They can't see
all the seals open.
Yeah.
It says
they don't want to accept that. Just don't have it.
Yeah, and that's why you can't see it, because you got that pride on you, man. You humble down. If you had it, Hey, when other groups have it, we don't have a problem admitting that. Okay, that's right. That sound right. But when you ain't got it, you ain't got it. We let you know. It says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them." And that's a miracle in itself. That's a prophecy in itself. Watching the Israelites, the elect of Israel, be gathered, man. I guarantee you, there's the elect is on these streets. It may not all be of the elect, but the elect is out there. Okay, teaching now. It may not be, there's still some that may need to come in, but they're being gathered, man. This is a remarkable sight. All right.
And they're being gathered through the word.
That's right.
That's what's gathering the elect right now, the word, man. All right, Jay ain't finna be gathered through your mixtapes. They're not finna be gathered because you can throw the biggest Israelite party. You could throw on a grill and have your fringes on, have a bunch of people around, playing the part of an Israelite. No, the real elect are going to be brought in through hearing this word being prophesied. Right. All right, they're going to hear these prophecies and they're going to be compelled, man. Right. And they're going to move with fear. Right. Like, damn, these things are getting ready to occur. Is this what's like what we're seeing right now? Is this what the Lord was saying? That it's going to be mass job layoffs. There's going to be no work for Egypt. It's going to be a sedition in the streets. The grinding shall cease. For lack of bread. Famine. Yep. What's going on down there in Venezuela? That's coming here. Yeah. What must I do? Yep. It was me.
Right.
Okay. This is continuing. This is start at the top. Right? This second edge is 9 at the top. He answered me then and said, "Measure thou the time diligently in itself." And when thou
how do you measure? By the prophecies. That's the word of prophecies in the Bible. Okay, you measure it through the Spirit of Yahweh, but what prophecies are taking place.
That's how you can tell this book has the truth. You see the prophecies unfolding. The Quran, all these other books that you niggas try to go into, they don't have the prophecies like this book.
No.
The prophecies are speaking. This, I guess that's what they call it, the living water.
Somebody try to say, what about Nostradamus? So? So? Is he talking about the mark of the beast in World War III? The point is, it's in this book. And this book came before him.
What about Confucius?
right. Dumbass, arbitrary ass. You better worry about if you're going to make it or not. That's what you need to be worried about. Go ahead,
I got a quick pre of measuring the time diligently. This is Sirach 39:1. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient."
And that's the difference between with most of you guys that read this book versus the elect that reads with the Israelites that's really pushing this thing in sincerity and in truth. Read the book because we move in fear of the Most High God, and the problem you have is that it's not for nobody else upon the planet. We move in fear for the Most High. But when we read this a lot. You read it again, bro.
It's I'm gonna start from the top. It says, "But he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High and is occupied in the meditation thereof will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecies."
Be occupied in prophecies. We're measuring this time because we worried about. Because when it comes to zero, to the final prophecy, we need to be in good graces of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. And keeping this to the best of our ability is what's going to give us the best chances possible.
And what makes you wise is understanding how history goes. When you go out and like when we study the scriptures and we learn the history that's contained in the scriptures concerning the different tribulations, the things that our forefathers went through. The things that were written aforetime were written for our learning. So when you study the different things that went on in the past, there are indications of what could possibly happen in the future. That's why it says the things that have been is that what shall be. Yep. So when we read about 70 AD and knowing that we're in the reincarnation of the Roman Empire, we know that we're going to have to expect tribulation again. But this time it's going to be worse.
But also, the last time they killed all the prophets, and the apostles and all the men of the Lord. This time it's not gonna go down that way, but you have to know.
But some of them
gonna get it.
Some of them gonna be martyrs.
But you have to know that Yahweh said it, and that He's gonna perform it.
Mm-hmm.
And these prophecies coming to pass is how you can trust Him that He's gonna do it, man, because He's doing what He said He was gonna do.
Yeah, I mean, and like I said, like dealing with 70 AD, a lot of people don't even know that history. Martial law was declared.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Jakes were they were kept from food. You know, the Romans was keeping food, blocking them from getting food.
Like in Venezuela.
Just like in Venezuela right now.
Yeah. They have food, but they're not able to get to, because even when there was a famine, obviously there's a famine down there, but people were trying to bring food over the border and they wouldn't let them. Same thing happened in 70 AD.
Exactly. You know, and I mean, there was a lot going on, man. There was chariot sightings back then.
Yep.
You know, there was earthquakes going on. All that happened back then. Is during 70 AD. So that's going to come back again. So that's why it's important to know history, because in order to when you understand history, you'll actually begin to understand the future.
That's right.
All right. Events always play itself out over and over according to scripture, man.
The only thing that I noticed, that's different about this is that all of it's gonna happen. All the world's worst events from last time is gonna take place in this one event.
Well, that's why it says that in Daniel, that it should be no other day like it.
I was just there.
You know?
I got the one in Matt.
It's gonna be no other day like it, man. No other day in history that's gonna compare with this time that we're coming into. You know, that's why we gotta pray that it be a few days, man. You know.
Mm-hmm. I can read that real quick in Genesis. Matthew.
You still the second Ezra 9?
Yeah, Matthew 24 and 21. That's the one you're talking about, right? 21. I'm gonna read it. It said, for them,
that's the one.
Yes, for them shall be great tribulations, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be.
Start up around start up a verse.
20?
Yeah.
Flight? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Matthew 24, verse 20. But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
And we in the winter now?
Mm-hmm.
And we starting to see things are getting shaken up. You know, in the midst of this whole government shutdown.
Mm-hmm. And
they happen to start doing this in the midst of the winter, man.
Yeah.
That your government is making it more inconvenient for you, and you're smack dead in the middle of winter, where it's cold and you're most vulnerable to illnesses.
And what's funny is, this is the time of year where people eat a lot of comfort food, a lot of goodies.
Mm-hmm.
But if money's tight, you ain't gonna have that comfort food. If you cut the money off, then want your comfort.
Yeah.
You know, that's why we have a comfort. Man shall not live by bread alone. Okay. We have this comfort to comfort us. What you people got?
Mm-hmm.
It says,
this is the worst time for shit to happen, man.
Yeah.
Could you imagine, like, cause they've been bracing for power outages all over the country. Could you imagine if the EMP attack really did happen? Yeah. That means nobody in the city. You don't have electricity, so therefore you don't have heat.
Refrigeration.
You ain't gonna have no heat.
Okay. In the summertime, you homeless, you could just be out.
Yeah.
You know, you could be out.
You can walk around to the lake to get water.
Yeah. In the winter, you trying to find comfort, trying to find warmth, trying to find a place.
Yeah.
To keep warm.
Yeah, that's why the Gadites say they count their years as winters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It's that unmistakable time in the season, in the year.
Yeah.
Same thing he said in the book of Eli. How long you been out here? 30 winters. It's unmistakable. Tonight in Vegas, it's gonna be 32. The high was only 48.
I was just telling the brother it snowed over at the airport.
Yeah, it snowed. They said it snowed a little bit. Yeah. It's not a game, man. It's not a game. So, but pray that your flight be not in the winter, neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Let me read that next verse also.
Yeah, you could do that.
It says, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be so bad that if the Lord don't shorten the time for the elect's sake, we all be through.
Yeah.
Every last one of us, man, we be out of here, man. Because he's totally destroying the planet. You know, he's further fucking up the earth. You know, because the earth isn't yielding its rightful increase.
Yeah.
Everything is poison. Everybody's losing their goddamn minds. You know, you got men marrying holograms and marrying phones, trees, animals.
Trying to impregnate the earth.
Yeah.
With they man see.
You got big 6'4" Edomites tripping in fucking stores because somebody called them a serf dressed like a fucking woman.
Okay.
You got little 11-year-old boys dancing in clubs in front of full grown ass men stripping. This place is over with, man. So if the Lord didn't shorten those days, then we'd be out of here, man.
Right. Wickedness is going to say it in that chapter. I believe wickedness. No, it's in the 15th chapter. Wickedness has reached an all-time high, man.
Yeah.
It's reached an all-time high.
Yeah.
Most High is tired of this shit.
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about how that wickedness is reached up into the heavens.
Yeah, Revelations 18.
Yeah, I'll just read it.
I mean, that's how we measure the time. Just look at the wickedness.
Yeah.
Just measure the level of evil and demonic activity that's occurring on the planet right now, man.
Yeah.
We don't have a lot of time left.
Right.
You know? We don't have shit, man. We be as unto Sodom and Gomorrah.
Oh,
if Esau, if the Most High just allowed Esau to just take that birthright back and just be like, all right, you can just rule, you just continue to rule from here on out. Y'all don't need me no more.
Yeah.
We out of we out of here, yo.
Yeah.
It's a wrap, man.
What I was gonna say was, you brought it back. He's done worse to the earth for less.
Yeah.
So what does he got to do this time? If he flooded the earth and we wasn't that bad then, we was bad. We wasn't that bad then. He destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. That was just a few acts that they were performing. In society now, they're doing everything. Every level of everything on the planet is defiled with wickedness and abomination. So what do you think the Most High's got to do about that?
Bro, that's funny. You brought up, I brought it up to Sodom and Gomorrah. I think that they said the Supreme Court just came out and basically said that God owes he owes an apology for what he did to the ancient Sodom and Gomorrah.
Yeah, because it's accepted now. That's what they're saying. Like, damn, I could have been a spot where we went to really get loose.
Basically, that
Vegas is cool, but we could have really got loose over there.
Yeah.
Wicked, man. God owes an apology. Are you serious?
I mean, the people are just getting that more bold against their maker, man.
Because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily.
The world is getting out of hand. That's why the Lord is bringing these plagues.
That's right.
That's why he's bringing all the calamities to this world, man.
I've never seen this many major catastrophic events take place. And these are still lightweight.
It's still like,
it's still, I mean, tsunamis sweeping coasts away. Yeah. Earthquakes everywhere. Talking about the fault line about to just split open completely. Snowstorms, rainstorms, landslides, brush fires. Those are just the bad, just a few of the bad things going on. You people ain't paying attention. Hey, that one up in Northern California only burned up everything unnatural. All the trees next to it was good, but all the houses and the cars and the people gone. Ain't no joke, man.
Go ahead.
I finished that. I did. It said, except those, verses Matthew 24:22, and except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened.
Yep. And that's why it tells you when you jump down, it says immediately after the tribulation of those days.
I was going to that too.
That's when he's going to come and gather his elect from the four winds.
Yep.
Because if he didn't come in and get them, you know, it would be all bad for the elect, man.
You know, let's say,
You know,
Yeah, I'm not gonna wait because you prepare for
you can go back to 2nd Ezra 9.
In 2nd Ezra 9:2. Then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time when the highest will begin to visit the world which he
Then
made.
you should understand because you've seen the prophecies, you see the signs. You should begin to understand it. It's the very same time that the Most High spake of from the beginning. Okay, he was the first prophet prophesying about what was going to take place.
Yep.
All right.
Matter of fact, let me get that real quick. This is Isaiah 46 and verse 10. It says, 56, 46. Isaiah 46 verse 10. It says, I'm gonna start at 9. It says, remember the former things of old, for I am the Most High power, and there is none else. I am the Most High power, and there is none like me, declaring the end from the beginning, and from ancient times the things that are not yet done, saying, my counsel shall stand, and I will do all my pleasure.
Declaring the end from the beginning, and my counsel shall stand. It's going down because I said so, and I wanted this from jump.
And ain't no one else do that but the Most High.
And no one else can. You can't start it, and you damn sure can't stop it.
It says declaring the end from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
So it was the end was already manifest. You know, it just has to play out.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, John the Baptist, he saw the mark of the beast. He saw the chip, but he wasn't living in the time.
Yep.
John the Revelator.
John the Revelator, Salakia.
Okay.
All right. He saw the mark, but he wasn't living in the time of the mark. That wasn't until a few thousand years later. Now we seeing it, and now it's made plain to us. Now we understand what it is, and that's why we're pushing it so heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the Most High, he prophesied it. You know, every time something happens, the Lord makes sure it's spoken way before it happens. Man. All right.
So you have warning. You know,
Exactly.
so it's no excuse. Like, well, Most High didn't tell us about the mark of the beast, or the Most High didn't tell us about the famine or the pestilence or martial law. He's making it plain.
He told Ezekiel directly, "Hey, go warn these people, man. Tell them, give me warning from me, or else." You know.
Yeah.
Lest they don't hear you and they get jacked up.
Yeah, and Jake don't have an excuse because, like it tells you in Isaiah 60, I think 61 or 62, the Lord has set watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem. That shall never rest.
Yep.
Neither shall they hold their tongue day or nor night. Yep. So basically, we gonna sound repetitive. You know, we gonna constantly. Every time you hear these scriptures, it's like, damn, I heard these scriptures before. Y'all bring these scriptures out. Yeah, of course, because we're in the time. We're like the word is actually speaking. It's made live to you now.
Yeah.
No one prophesied for how many years saying the same thing?
20 years.
So until it happens, and it will happen, we're gonna keep telling you what's to come.
Y'all brought the record.
If we switched it up every other week and said something different, that means something is wrong. You know?
Yeah, what did Paul say? 1 Corinthians 14. I'd rather you may prophesy.
Any warning is going to be repetitive.
Exactly.
You know, like if an alarm go off, it repeats. It goes off until you take heed.
What's that warning that Esau puts on the TV?
I got the one with the
yeah. That don't change. Emergency.
No, emergency broadcast.
That doesn't change.
No.
You know, so.
Mm-hmm.
You don't mind hearing from the weatherman every fucking morning.
Yeah. You know, this winter time is gonna be cold. The springtime is gonna be cool and wet. Summertime gonna be hot. Fall gonna be cool and windy. I mean, it's the same shit every time we come around. But you still listen every morning.
I got a quick backing up what Brother Z said. Is 1 Corinthians 14:3. It says, but he that prophesieth speaketh unto men to edification and exhortation and comfort.
That's the difference. When we speak about the prophecies, we edify you and show you it in reality and show you how it can unfold in reality through the spirit of Yahweh Shah.
Exactly. That's why we constantly go over the mark of the beast, so that information could be drilled into your mind. Also, young brothers are thorough when it comes to this prophecy.
Mhm.
When it comes, I already know. Don't fuck with it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, let them kill me.
Yep.
You know.
We don't just tell you, hey, the mark of the beast is coming. We tell you, don't take it,
Yeah.
or this is gonna happen.
Yeah.
We give you the full prophecy and the penalty, you know, of that one in particular as an example. We show you exactly what's gonna go down.
Exactly.
And it ain't of us, it's of Yahweh Shemel Shots.
That's right, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world,
Seeing those, I'm sure another earthquake coming soon.
Shit,
I
got something right now.
You got something now, huh?
Yeah.
Happening now, earthquake in
you got a 5.5 in Japan. Hokkaido, Japan. You had a 7.0 that happened yesterday. 126
hey,
miles.
These are big, man.
Yeah. 7.0 off the coast of the Philippines. You had another 5.5 in Japan. 5.7 in the Papua, Indonesia.
Mm-hmm.
You had
Moab and Ammon getting jacked up.
Yeah, most I hate them groups, man.
Mm-hmm.
Can't stand their ass. A 5.0 off the province of Catania, Italy. 6.1 in Russia. Like, I mean, it just keeps on going. I could keep going.
Kind of whether the numbers of the Richter scale numbers be small or large, you know, those little ones still make big ones, you know?
Yeah.
Because with that ground moving underneath, it still shifts that land, you know? Mm-hmm. So say it's a 1.3 that hit somewhere, that 1.3 can trigger a 8.0, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Matter of fact, it was a volcano that blew in Indonesia. It says volcano 3/4 blown away by Indonesia tsunami eruption.
It's like crazy. Earthquake, tsunami, and
volcano eruption.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Come on now. Y'all ain't ready for this. Y'all ain't ready for what's coming, man. Y'all not. I mean, nobody's physically ready, but you got to get yourself spiritually ready. That's why we're reading this to you. That's why we go over these prophecies over and over and over, giving you this warning. Because they're manifesting and they're speaking. This ain't like, oh, don't worry about it. We got a few years. Nah, man. If you look at where we at,
we don't know how long we got.
Hey, literally, like we used to be like, it could be a little while. Any of this can happen tomorrow. What the shit Trump's doing, it could all happen tomorrow.
Yeah.
He could press the button. He could collapse the economy completely. All of this could happen literally on the 1st of January.
Yeah, while you people tossing shots back, popping bottles and you know, with your family and shit, or in the club, about to watch the ball drop. So they drop. The ball drop. The bomb drops.
The EMP, the bomb, and they can do all of that.
Power outage could shut right then and there. Like, it could happen like while the fucking ball is dropping.
The light of the bomb go out. Yeah.
And everyone think it's part of the show.
Yeah. They're cheering.
Yeah. Until you see bodies drop.
Really, the stock market is supposed to have been crashed last week.
Yeah,
but they, the bankers, they put a whole lot of money in the stock market. So they boosted it up.
They boosted it up.
They can't keep on doing that. They can't keep on doing that. They have a limit in doing that.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Lord will happen next week. When all the people is, in that folly state, coming down off their folly.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's going to be the moment when all that prosperity is going to turn into mourning and affliction. That's when people going to lose the pride. All that BS, all of the pride of life that our people, especially here in Babylon, is in. All that shit is going to cease, man. It's just going to be a spirit of devastation and depression all around, man. Mm-hmm. That's when the Lord's going to take away that mirth. Mm-hmm. All right. Go ahead, bro.
This is 4. Then shall thou well understand that the Most High.
Wait, hold on. What did it say after the earthquakes?
Uproars of the people in the world.
Uproars of the people. We can't forget that. because that's actually getting ready to happen. With all these people out of work right now, a lot of homeless families in the streets, a lot of people, a lot of Edomites losing their homes, getting their homes foreclosed on. Yeah, man. A lot of those government employees, they losing out right now.
Yeah.
They're having a horrible so-called holiday season.
Yeah.
You know?
Hell
yeah. And you got people getting evicted, missing payments because of this government shutdown. So now you gotta damn near, if you ain't got family, you're gonna be out in the cold. You know?
It's Lamentations 5 and 15. The joy of our heart is seized. Our dance is turned into mourning.
Read that again.
The joy of our heart is seized. Our dance is turned into mourning.
Yep, that's what's about to happen in the blink of an eye. Will come upon you like a thief in the night, and then all you're gonna be dancing. You know, we making an analogy. You know, for New Year's, the ball dropping, because it's very viable. It can happen like that.
You said that the joy of the heart is seized. You know that as I said in the Ecclesiastes, the house of it's better to go to the house of mourning than the house of the feasting.
Yeah, house of feasting. I'll go it for you.
Because like it says in Second Ezra 16, it tells you to mourn, bewail your children.
Yeah.
You know, so basically you got to prepare for the bad times that are getting ready to come, man. And you're about to face these times, man. You know, that was usually right.
Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Yeah, even from the beginning. So these times are beginning to speak, man. You know, and as we get closer and closer, all that pride and all that, you know, I'm the shit, you know, turn up, you know, all that social media, all that the American pride, all that shit is gonna cease, man. All right, the Lord's gonna take away the mirth. That's how we know we coming into the end. Okay, we're coming into the end of the end. That's where we at right now. We're at the end of the end, but we're still at the beginning of sorrows. All right.
This ain't shit, man.
So we're at the end of the end, but we're still at the beginning of this tribulation. Like it's just now, like when you go into a restaurant, you eat a little appetizer. They give you some drinks with lemons or whatever. Some bread. They give you a couple breadsticks. So with some butter on the side, you know. You get that, you start off with that, you know what I'm saying? You're like, all right, this didn't satisfy me. This was a little snack to start everything off. But then the full course meal ain't showed up yet. But when that main course come, you know, I'm about to get the feel.
And God, it's like you waiting at the table, you already ordered, and the waiter bringing all the food, but you don't know if it's yours yet. That's like what it is right now. You know, waiting for the rest of the process to just lay down.
See, all these other nations, like the Northern Kingdom down there south of the border, they're being served the food.
They was at the table first.
They're getting served right now as we speak. That's why they're down there eating animals, and women are selling their bodies and getting snatched up. People getting kidnapped.
Grave diggers.
Grave diggers, man. They literally down there in Venezuela. They're digging graves and taking whatever they were buried without, just to sustain themselves. Because them wicked Venezuelans down there, they still practice some of the wicked customs of the ancient Hamites, man. You know, they're the tribe of Asher. They're down there. They're doing all type of crazy shit, man. But it's because they're in desperation, because hyperinflation hit them. So that means they can't afford nothing.
All right.
You can't afford nothing, even though it's there. They sitting on all that oil. They could be the richest, damn near the richest country on the planet. But look what they're going through. They ain't partying. They ain't turning up with all that oil around them. They mourning, man. They so desperate that they're trying to conjure up the spirits of the dead to comfort them. And that's why the Lord ain't gonna let up on their ass, because what they're doing is totally wicked.
Right.
You know?
And what does that show you? That show you that men, they have no power. This is the Most High rule within the kingdom of men. Everything that's happening right now is supposed to happen. You know, this is truly the end times that we're living in, man. These are the times that the prophets seen. They had the visions of. These are the same times which they were ripping out their beards and getting sick to their stomach.
Exactly. Exactly.
And we living in it, man.
That's right.
Yeah.
I want to address something on comment real quick, bro. First off, a gas mask will not save you.
For real.
Only a chariot will save you. Okay, because if there's gas and you escape that, there's fire next. Like
That gas can eat through your clothes.
Yeah, man. There's nothing on earth that will save you. But
you need to have the hedge of
Right.
protection from the holy angels of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Right?
now, hypothetically, yeah, it can sustain you for a period of time. Yeah, possibly.
Right.
You know, but that's not the answer to it. Okay.
Right.
But I want to address Kwame Paladin, I believe it was. It said, I see a lot of stuff about the earth. It has always been happening, just been seen, heard by a few. Okay, that may be, but understand this: all of it's happening now at once. Okay, and because it's all happening, it's that's the word. It's intensifying, and it's perfectly set up because technology is caught up to where it can show you and prove what's happening.
Right. You wouldn't even know half these things. You wouldn't even know that it's happening if the internet. If we didn't have the internet.
But he gave us these prophecies and he wants us to see them. These are the warning signs.
Hey, what's beautiful is the word always, all these things that we're seeing, the word already had it written way before there ever was an internet. You know what I'm saying? We the things that we're seeing now, we seen it with our own eyes, but just know that the word had it already written, you know? Straight up, man.
And with the other comment that you said, call on lightning storms and stuff to smart. You gonna go through this, man. It ain't no escaping it.
No escape.
You have to go through this. First, the Lord's men have to go through this, man. So you just gotta live with it. The only protection is to call upon the name of Yahweh Shah, you know, and to be of the elect.
Having the hedge of the angels.
No, having the hedge. Yeah. That's it. That's the only way you're getting through this. Any other way, you dead. Numbered.
Yeah.
Yeah, was that Acts 14? Through much tribulation shall we enter into the kingdom.
Exactly, bro.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and the only way, like Salaki, but the only way somebody grabbing this scripture is come for it. Okay. Just like they said in the movie Inception, the only way out is through. We gotta go through this to get out of this kingdom, man.
Kind of, I don't mean to bring it like to a childish thing, but like in that movie Finding Nemo, you know, you couldn't. He said we could go through the quickest way, even though it's a path of difficulty, because they said that in the movie too. Was through that trench, you know, and you got to go through it. If you seen what happened when you went over it, it looked easier, but hey, it was difficult, you know. You got to go through it, man. You just have to.
Yeah, enter in at the straight gate.
Exactly. Psalm 1 put it up. That's the one, man. Through much tribulation, we must enter into the kingdom of heaven.
Yeah, because basically we're gonna be tried. Every last one of us, when this moment hits, you know, we all living through this. This is gonna be the trial of our faith, man.
Right.
This when the Lord's gonna test if you really made of that fine gold, or if you just paper.
Yep.
You know, if you're just stubble, if you're just trash. You know, everybody gonna be tried, man. Everybody. So we all gonna have to go through this.
And because everybody gotta have that high level notch of fear for Yahweh, man. You're gonna have to have everybody, from every Israelite to every heathen, gonna have to understand that there's absolute fear and reverence for Yahweh Shem Yahweh.
I gotta read real quick. This is Daniel chapter 12, verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time.
We gotta go through that. Everybody, and it's gonna take an angel to step up to protect us to get through it. Okay, it ain't just like we're gonna be all right. No, ain't no escaping easy street through this, man. Everybody gotta go through it.
And they don't understand the power of an angel. If the Lord sent an angel to stand up for us, it's got to be bad.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a time like the scripture said, never seen since there was a nation.
Yep.
I got this up. 2 Ezra chapter 15, verse 10. Behold, my people.
You gotta read verse 2 also.
Behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt, which is America, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and would destroy all the land thereof. Egypt shall mourn, and the foundation of it shall be smitten with the plague and punishment that Yahweh, while Shem Yahshua, shall bring upon it.
Hey, and y'all know about the famous miracles and the plagues that the Lord brought upon ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
Hey, Bird showed one of them.
Yeah,
that was just one, bro.
That was just one.
Yeah.
That's a heavy one, but it was just one.
Okay. They saw apparitions, man.
Yep.
Okay. They saw actual ghost figure images. Okay. They heard noises and they saw shit that wasn't there. That's what happened in Egypt while the plague of darkness was on. Could you imagine that kind of fear? The Lord ain't. That's why we say the Lord ain't did nothing yet. We still at the appetizer stage.
We still gotta run away.
Come on, man. They all these movies that they making in these last days, they going into the scriptures and getting inspiration for these movies, man.
And those are the most popular movies right now too.
Right.
Hey, I ain't heard a buzz like this since like Book of Eli or something. Like this is a major buzz that people are really onto.
Yeah, and they don't really understand it. And then you got Jake simple as doing challenges.
Yeah.
Making mockery.
Bro, trying to make light of this.
Y'all are wild, man. Jake is really full of niggas, bro.
Yeah, they don't have fear.
Yo, you're marking yourself, man. Yeah. You want to
like
put
the challenge is cute.
You want to put
your daughter and your son
little kids in the situation, bro. You gonna really, man.
You better be practicing. Quit playing all them jokes and keep practicing.
They think it's a game, bro.
Like the lady was clicking rocks and all that. You better be out there really serious about it, though. If you understood.
Jake is always gonna be a day late and a dollar short, man. This niggas ain't gonna get it. Fuck them, man. They gonna burn, man. And they deserve it.
That's why in Isaiah 65, the Lord said, you're gonna be a curse. The 2/3 gonna be a curse until my chosen.
Yep.
The scripture say, I pray not for this people, neither do I lift up a cry for them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's talking about our own people.
Hey, be prepared to see a lot of Israelites die, man.
Yep.
Mass deaths, like by
family ain't gonna make it.
By the thousands, man.
Your family ain't gonna make it. Chances are,
your
family, by math, chances are your family ain't gonna make it, man.
Yeah.
I got wisdom of Solomon about the apparitions.
Do you have something?
I want to finish verse 2.
Yeah, read verse 2. Right.
All right, I'll start at 1 again. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, who standeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to the same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered, every one that shall be found written in the book. And
that's the elect.
Yeah.
Yep.
The only ones that's going to be delivered are the elect, man, and it's a small number compared to the whole nation.
Yeah. Right. Let alone the 2/3 of the nation and the rest of the heathen that don't make it either. That don't go directly into slavery. I kind of would rather die if I was a heathen than go directly into slavery. Like that sucks. That's why the elite got to do it. Go ahead, bro.
In verse 2, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt.
Those that wake up to shame and everlasting contempt, guess what? Your mind wasn't right in this thing. You may wake up to being an Israelite. You were warned, but you didn't have enough fear and reverence and works to accompany with your faith to do the right thing. Okay, so people gonna wake up to what's really going on. But guess what? You gotta be the Most High has to give you that gift, man, so you can earn your salvation. All right.
All right.
That was it.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17. It's in two places. Verse 3, and I'm gonna jump to 15.
Oh, yes.
For while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions.
And this is talking about what the Egyptians had to suffer, bro.
Yeah.
All right, the Lord was Most High was torturing their thoughts, man.
Bro, he hit him on every single level.
Come on.
He hit him mid, bro. Every sense was just, bro.
Yeah.
What? This is man.
Bro.
Hey, the Lord they smell, they touch, they hearing,
All these
they
senses.
sight. Bro, then he messed them up mentally, physically, and spiritually.
They tried to sleep it off.
Bro,
They still couldn't escape.
Bad dreams.
bro, what?
Hey, while you're reading that, bro, think of when the Lord said, "Fear not him that can kill that can only kill the body, but him that is able to destroy both your soul and body in hell." When he's reading, that's torment. That's hell right there. He's the Lord's the king of terrors, man.
I like a saying that I've heard before. Your worst fears are going to meet you. The movie kind of had that, but your worst fears are going to meet you. You're going to have to overcome them. The only way to overcome it is through your how about you.
And they were killing themselves like quickly, you know.
Yep.
The Most High have it where you want to die and you can't, you know.
Mm-hmm. You need to be plagued one.
I'm gonna jump to 15. It's like 14. But they sleep in the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable, and which came upon them out of the bottoms of the inevitable hell, were partly vexed with monstrous apparitions, and partly fainted. Their heart faileth them for a sudden fear and not looked for.
Hey, when you talk about literally being scared to death, meaning that fear and anxiety is so heavy on you that you catch a heart attack and you just give up the ghost right then and there. You just drop dead. You know, that's what was happening to those Egyptians, man. You know, and through all this torment that was going on, Pharaoh still was like, "Nah, I'm not gonna let him go just yet." But every time the Lord was jacking him up, you know, plaguing him and terrorizing him, he would be like, "Hey, go, get your sons, get your daughters, get them out of here." But then the Most High would harden his heart every single time. You don't think that Esau is gonna do the same thing?
Yeah, this man.
The Most High is gonna start showing his power, man, and Esau's still gonna have his heart hardened, man.
Right.
Well, he's still gonna try to come after you Jakes and your tribes. You know, still gonna be trying to drive you down in the streets. You know, put you in concentration camp. He's gonna try to do all that while the Lord is actually just bringing shit to pass, man.
And you can tell that the Most High is hardened Esau's mind, because them government workers, man.
Yeah.
Right.
They ain't receiving no pay, man, and they don't give a fuck. They just in the stalemate.
Right.
They don't care.
Trump don't give a shit. I don't care if y'all ain't eating. Hey, give me my wall. And they like, I don't care if you take our food and our money. We ain't giving you that wall.
Yeah.
So they just hardened both ways.
He just hardened, man. How the hell is his own secret service getting paid?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Not
they ain't getting paid. He don't give a shit. Over 8,000 employees, 800,000 employees.
Yeah, wasn't it over 400 or was it 400,000 or
420,000? 420,000.
It's not getting paid. It's like,
Right.
And like another, like 3 something.
That's a lot of families.
That's a lot of time.
Right.
And then there's like thousands of them that's just furloughed.
Yeah. Like 300,000.
Yeah.
And that's almost a million people. Yeah.
In America, man, are you serious?
He gonna starve you out for that wall, man. Shit. That's crazy. Go ahead, bro.
You want me to
start?
I wanted to hit a couple of these so you can get the visuals.
Verse 9, right?
Now jump up to Do 7 minutes after 9.
All right, verse 7. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 17, verse 7. As for the illusions of art and magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. For they that promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul were sick themselves of fear.
Hey, all the people that you thought was going to help you, they're going to explain what's going on, that I'm going to cast off in the blood of Jesus and all of that. That ain't going to work, man. That ain't going to work.
They was using witchcraft back then. The Egyptians, they were prominent in witchcraft. Magicians. They thought they was going to be able to draw back those spirits that was plaguing them. And it was an epic failure.
They were getting plagued with.
Yeah.
And
that's just like if you catch these viral diseases and it's contagious and it's deadly, you can't go to the doctors and those physicians out there. You can't even go to them because shit. If they try to, that's just like if they try to help you, they get sick.
Yeah.
You're
gonna.
Quarantine everyone.
Church. Yeah.
Try to contain.
Yeah. So that's the same thing. They tried to use their magicians to try to, ward off the plagues, and they was all getting fucked up. Let's just put it like that. They all got jacked up, man. The only people that wasn't getting affected was Israel. We was in the land of Goshen where we were kept safe. All right. Hey, spiritually, the elect are going to be in a spiritual Goshen. The plagues ain't going to come nowhere near the elect. They're not going to touch the elect, but they're going to hit the rest of you 2/3 niggas out there, and you all from Judah all the way down to Issachar.
Yep. What did Moses say? Hey, no, you can pray to a God that can do this terror. No Hebrew babies got killed. You let no Israelites got killed last night.
Yeah. Worthy to be laughed at.
We gonna clown. Hey, we gonna mock when your fear cometh.
That's the spirit. I was
Proverbs 1.
Yeah, I was on that too.
Yeah, you might as well read it now. Yes, we have more you gonna read on it.
Yeah, I'll read it since I'm there, and then you can read it. Go back. It's Proverbs 1:26. It says, "I also will laugh at your calamity. I will mock when your fear cometh. When your fear cometh as desolation, and your destruction cometh as a whirlwind, when distress and anguish cometh upon you."
It is coming.
Then shall they call upon me, but I will not answer. They shall seek me early, but they shall not find me.
Yep.
Because
the tower door will be locked, man.
Yeah.
And
just
only
like
the
Noah's
elect
Ark.
is gonna be in there, and the ark is gonna be locked. You ain't getting in. That's back on the
Yep.
Okay. Verse 10. They die for fear, denying that. Verse 9. For though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by and hissing of serpents.
Hey, I always thought that was that beast that passed by, like a lion passed by, you get a growl or something, so within 10 feet of you, you can't see it. You hear that, or a roar or something, or you hear a hissing and rattling of snakes.
You can hear. They say you hear a lion's roar from miles away. So imagine it being close to you. Shit, you shitting yourself.
10 feet, man.
They were hearing that while they couldn't see shit. They couldn't see. They couldn't even see right in front of them. If they put their hand out, they couldn't see their hand.
Hissing snakes and stuff like that.
Yep. I'm trying to think how that goes. Oh, the anticipation of death is worse than death itself. There's a saying in the world that goes like that.
Yeah.
It's true, man. This is people been dying for fear was having heart attacks.
Yeah.
They died for fear, denying that they saw the air, which could of no side be avoided. For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience always forecasteth grievous things.
Yep, your conscience was because you know you wicked down deep, man. Especially you Jakes, man, you know you wicked down deep. Okay? And you hide it away deep, but it's gonna come to the surface. All right?
For fear is nothing else but a betraying of the succors which reason offereth, and the expectation from within being less counteth the ignorance more than the cause which bringeth the torment.
that was the quote right there. The anticipation of death is worse than death itself.
So I got one real quick. So Rock 40:2. It says their imagination of things to come in the day of death trouble their thoughts and cause fear of the heart.
Yeah,
You told that too?
Nah,
that was it. If you could, bro, do page 15.
Okay.
Verse 14, but they sleep in the same sleep that night, which was indeed intolerable. They couldn't even, it was plagued in their sleep. They having bad nightmares, night terrors, as some call it, right? Go ahead. And which came upon them out of the bottoms of inevitable hell. Yeah, your worst fears came out. The Most High plagued you with your worst fears. You know, that's the hell. That's not the pitchfork devil. The Most High can plague you with prison of the mind, man.
Yeah.
You know, and tormented in your mind.
Look at the
give me any plague, but the plague of the heart.
Right, of the mind. Exactly.
Your mind's playing tricks on you like ghetto boys.
Look what the Most High does to niggas that fall out the truth.
Yeah.
The demons he puts on them. So imagine in that day.
That's right.
Your demons is gonna be on you 2/3 niggas, man. The apparitions, the visions, because
and that's just one.
Death angels, hopping on people to just do
like
some crazy shit.
Like that crazy nigga in the Purge.
Skeletor.
The Lord gonna put demons on niggas like that, just go kill.
A lot of them niggas that's on them drugs, they gonna be numbed out, so they just ain't gonna give a shit. They're just gonna be zombies out there. Just
had that farmer kill on them. Just just do it. Good.
People gonna be getting shot up and just still walking and shit.
Most High he's gonna bring the fourth dimension to the third dimension. And seeing apparitions. You know, that's not a part of this dimension. And plus, he's gonna put killing vengeance angels on the minds of men.
Right? Real quick, 2nd Ezra 13 and where is it at, man? There it is. 13 and 31. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another.
You ain't ready for the fourth dimension, man. You ain't ready for that. You ain't ready for that. That's when the chance can come from the fourth dimension and show if you're gonna shit yourself in. And that's a positive thing for the elect. Right. And that's for you, for the elect, you know.
What's her TT, she said, you guys be giving me nightmares, no offense. Hey, I'm gonna just put it like this. Therefore, knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade men and women. There's no, when it comes to judgment, there is no discrimination. He doesn't care if you're a lady, a female, if you're a man, you're a child, you're an elderly. He does not discriminate. Judgment is judgment, man. All right.
Hey,
we don't think
had nightmares?
You don't think we in fear? That's why we do what we do. Because we fear him.
Demons fuck with me. Shit. On the regular.
Man.
I'm talking about like when you sleep, demons fuck with you.
Spirits like really trying to fuck with your mind and fuck with you in your sleep and your dreams, man.
Yeah.
You know?
All the time.
Yeah.
And get used to that. That's what this is about. Building you up and hardening you to deal with those things.
Get through it, man.
So you can be steady-minded. Wisdom and knowledge to be the stability of that time, right? So you can be steady-minded to know, instead of acting emotionally like everybody else will, to call on Yahweh Shemiah Shai and have practiced in that spirit to rely on that spirit. All right? Because them other spirits is gonna fuck with you, man. Coming into this truth, they gonna tempt you in all kinds of ways. When at hour of temptation, that's when you're gonna be tempted by your flesh or by your spirit, man, or by your family, whatever. You gotta withstand all of that.
And that's why you're gonna have to be equipped. You're gonna have to have that breastplate of righteousness, the
helmet of salvation.
The helmet of salvation.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly how they got
the shield of faith.
He shot with
the preparation of the gospel.
Come on. to withstand the wiles of the devil, man.
Fiery darts of the devil, that's right.
To quench the fiery darts of the wicked, man, because we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, which are demon spirits.
You know,
you can, you can beat these demons spiritually. It just got to play out in the flesh. Okay, the flesh is the easy part. Okay, if you lose to the spirit, you've lost already in the flesh. You hear something right quick? Oh, this brother wrap up.
Verse 15. We're partly vexed with monstrous apparitions. So they seen the apparitions, you know, the spirits, the ghosts.
And we're reading this because this happened in ancient Egypt, and it's prophecy to happen in again in Egypt again. Okay.
They didn't bring out that movie Ghostbusters for nothing.
Right.
Those apparitions.
Yeah, for real.
And partly fainted, their heart failing them for a sudden fear and not looked for came upon them.
Hey, and if I may say, but with the technology that Esau have, you don't think that he can also mimic those type of apparitions as well?
Tupac came back, man, at Coachella.
They can hologram. They can use Project Blue Beam to scare the shit out of people too.
Yeah,
they could do that, but also the Most High, you can't mimic what the Most High can do, man.
Right.
When you start seeing them real images, and it looks like totally real to you, and you seeing it in the sky, man, that's when you're gonna know, man. You know,
you see him killing people.
Yeah.
I got a preach. Don't want to have a preach.
Oh, no.
Yeah. This is Luke chapter 21 and verse 25. And there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, and the earth distress of nations, with perplexity, the sea and the waves roaring, men's hearts failing them for fear and looking after those things which are coming on the earth. For the powers of heaven shall be shaken.
Man, and that's all the way through the tribulation, man. All the plagues that the Lord is going to bring, the pestilence, bloodshed, Esau's Gerger troops, all type of stuff is going to be happening. That final judgment, that's when a lot of people gonna just drop dead instantly. So when they see the second coming of our Lord coming in the clouds, man.
Right.
You people ain't gonna be able to stomach his appearance. It's gonna be so great. It's gonna be so mighty. It's gonna be so bright and it's gonna be frightening, man. But it's gonna be glorious at the same time.
Yeah, right. Because Samson's I think mother seen the angel, and she was like, his countenance is very terrible.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be very terrible to people, man.
Yeah.
I got one right quick.
Oh, and then the anticipation of the missiles. You can't forget that. That's gonna be the final moment of Babylon. The anticipation of all those nuclear warheads coming from Russia and Iran and China and
they're gonna be coming up from
India
up south now, since that Russia gave Venezuela those bombers.
Yes.
So they're gonna be coming from all angles.
From fucking Cuba.
Yeah.
America's been surrounded by missiles, man, ready to let loose.
Yeah.
I got a quick one. Let me land back off the 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. Right?
His artificial intelligence. That's Esau, man.
Yep. With all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. For you that believed in Esau and his technology and his power, that what does it say that believed in Egypt about the horses were the trust in Egypt, the horses were mighty, the chariots. Yep. It says, and for this cause shall the Most High send them strong delusions, that they should believe a lie, and that all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. And that's what's going to condemn you. You're going to be condemned and then plagued with these as your judgment, man, and then killed. in a very painful way. All right?
Amos 5:18. Woe to you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you?
Yeah. I'm gonna just speak for myself. I'm scared of the day of the Lord. I'm just hoping that I'm doing enough, and, that I'm found worthy when it's all said and done. That he in the bosom already. No, and I do everything I can. He sees my sincere heart is really trying to earn this thing. Okay, but for some of you that ain't doing it, y'all expect to just make it. It ain't going down that way, man. It ain't going down that way. No. What end is it for you? Right?
To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. As if a man did flee from a lion.
That right there kills the whole rapture deal right there. Because they talk about light, we're going to get raptured up and be in holy glory in the cloud with Jesus. And then how it's going to happen, man.
Yeah, the pre-tribulation.
Yeah, the pre-tribulation ain't going down. You're going to go through the tribulation. Because what we just read already, after the tribulation, shall the sun be darkened, and the sign of the Son of Man should be coming with the cloud. Okay?
And so we got it in Jeremiah, who's going to make it through the tribulation.
Y'all got it.
It says, as if a man did flee from a lion and a bear man, or went into the house and laid his hand on the wall.
These are analogies for one tribulation after another that's going to meet you. You may escape one, but you're not, like that's what we was talking about, TT, with the gas mask. You may escape one, but there's something else that you got to deal with. The gas mask ain't going to save you from it. Okay?
And laid his hand on the wall, and the serpent did him. Shall not the death.
There's nothing secure that you can already think about that's on the earth right now that's going to save you. Only Yahweh Shema Shai is going to save you. That's it. If he deems you worthy. That's it. There's nothing. That's the problem. That's what brought me into the truth. I realized I sat there and meditated like 2 weeks. There's no way out of this shit. This is the one way. This is it. There's no other way out. Okay?
Yeah.
It's a harsh reality, but this is the only way. And it's a reason for it.
Like what you're reading, I think about Venezuela with the scripture you're reading, because they're in a bad condition now and they're trying to escape that. But as a lot of them try to flee and join those caravans to come up towards this way, they ran into another problem.
Yeah.
Now their families is probably getting separated. They're getting thrown in concentration camps, prisons.
It's kids that's dying.
Kids are dying.
In those camps.
They're not getting fed. Some of them are probably getting kidnapped.
Of course. Throwing in child sex rings. And
some of them, they're probably going to put microchips in them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they tried to flee from one situation and ended up in another bad situation.
Yep.
You can't escape fate. You can't escape judgment, man.
And if you make it into America, this place is to be destroyed.
Yeah.
The serpent is going to bite you. I like how it reads that. Because it doesn't say you was chased by a bear, and then you ran into you chased by a lion. Which was the first? You ran from a lion. You ran into a bear. You escaped both of those and went to somewhere you thought was safe, like America. And guess what? This place gets burnt all up. That serpent is going to bite you, man. If you make it here, if you're not of the elect, man, you going, man. Go ahead,
It doesn't matter where you run in the planet. You can't hide nowhere, or there's no secret place, secret location on the planet Earth where you could run for cover from the judgment of the Most High.
The Lord is omnipotent.
Right.
He want to get you, he gonna get you. You could think of the craziest. Okay, I can go under here. I got an underwater city.
He saw the
He saw thinking. Yeah, he think
right.
Yeah.
He didn't thought it and built it. It's built. Got it built already.
Cities and
space stations and underground bowling alleys and shit, pools.
They think they're gonna really be down there chilling until the smoke clears. They have like what do you have, like a press room down there when you walk, man? Like they're gonna be holding. Come on, that's how proud this devil is.
The inward thoughts.
Ran from martial law, went underwater, and Leviathan met you.
Man, I'm trying to tell you.
Yeah. This is Amos 9 and 2. It says, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down.
Yeah, hell's talking about the underground.
Yep.
You know, under the sea, and also in space, because they got space stations up there.
That's right.
Yep.
Shall not the day of the Lord be darkness and not light? Even
Yeah, with all the wickedness going on, shouldn't it be darkness and not light?
Yeah.
What's good that's happening down here? Even the elect are barely. We're still 50. Our righteous actually has 50 rags. This ain't good enough. He just promised that some of us would make it, that have the proper intent that he's looking for to make it. But everybody else is getting it. All right.
Even very dark and no brightness in it.
It's no hope. There's no hope, man. Really, that's why you have to be of the elect, man. That's why the men of the Lord, his servants, are prisoners of hope, because we're given diligence to give the call of our election sure. So we hoping and we're expecting to be saved from the tribulation, man.
Right.
And we believe, according to prophecy, that he is going to intervene and he's going to save just his remnant. Straight up. So what? Comment? I don't know, man. If it's a silly comment, don't even address it. Don't even entertain.
So in comments, man.
Yeah. Jake thinks shit's so sweet, just for now though. Was that it? Let me get this one. This is Jeremiah 30 and verse 6. It says, ask ye now and see whether a man doeth travail with child.
Yep.
Wherefore do I see every man with his hands on his loins, as a woman in travail, and all faces are turned into paleness?
Yep. You're gonna be shitting on yourself, man. You're gonna be literally like scared, man.
Yeah.
Scared.
Jailhouse swole niggas.
Yeah.
America's strongest man niggas. Travailing like you said, like
hardest gangsters in the hood, man.
Cali mustard.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Scared. You know what? It's okay. It's okay.
Yep. It says, verse 7, it says, alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's troubles, but he shall be saved out of it.
Who's he? That the elect. That's who's gonna get saved out. Okay. That's it. We have to pray to Yahweh Shem Shai in all sincerity and with all works that you got, man, that you're of the elect, man.
Yeah.
Real.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, you had something?
I'm still the second episode too.
Yeah, you keep going.
I got something real quick. It's in 2 Ezra 16 and 71.
Go ahead.
2 Ezra chapter 16 verse 71. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord.
That's coming, man. That's a prophecy coming.
Yeah, the troops.
Troops are gonna get you.
Yeah.
Hey, because if this thing with Trump continues, this is how close it could be.
Sedition is coming.
The sedition gotta happen. So it could be, hey man, come, we're gonna start a coup. It's gonna rise up against the government, so we can reinstate the government in the way it should be ran.
Yeah.
They talking about killing Trump. They talking about throwing Trump in jail because of the stuff he's doing.
Yeah.
But guess what? What you gonna do? Be the president. What you gonna do? Yeah, this is meant to happen.
I mean, everything that's happening now ain't by coincidence. In the midst of the shutdown, you got CenturyLink, having these malfunction outages where you can't even call 911
throughout the whole state.
Yep.
You got the situation at the border.
Yep.
You got different reports of power outages going on.
Yeah.
Rolling blackouts. Rolling blackouts. People losing jobs. They talking about they finna have a mass layoffs at these different retail companies.
Yeah.
All this shit is not by coincidence.
Kmart. This brother read a hefty list. Starbucks, Subway. Mass jobs in this country. Gone.
Grocery stores.
Yeah.
All kind of retail.
Gone. 2019, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these people won't wake up until they wake up and go to the mall to go to their favorite store.
See, it ain't there.
Yeah.
Turn into a martial law.
Yeah.
Right in the face.
Yeah.
You leave from the mall at your favorite store and you go to the grocery store and your favorite foods ain't there.
Yeah. Sam's Club was one of them.
Yep. Sam's Club was on the list.
Yeah.
That's Walmart. Okay.
Oh, I had also for they shall waste and take away their goods and cast them out of their houses.
Oh, you preppers.
Yep.
All you preppers out there, man. Now, we ain't telling you to not be smart, and if you need a few things around the house, by all means. But if you think your trust in those things is what's going to deliver you, the prophecies say that they're gonna, when they come to your crib, you think you're gonna barricade yourself with all that food and water and guns and flashlights.
You can have a tank protecting that stuff. It's still gonna get taken.
They're gonna barge right in your crib, man. And they're gonna take all that shit and distribute it back out to whoever they want to give it to. Because they're gonna make it to where the people are gonna have to be dependent upon them. You can't be in the midst of emergencies. You can't be self-sufficient.
Yep.
That's actually against the law.
Yep.
They have to be the ones to provide aid and food and all that other shit.
They pass that executive order where all of your like you just said, your food and your everything you stored up, it becomes the states, the governments.
Yes, we understand and we realize this is not good for the non-elect. That's what we're warning. We're warning those that are of the elect that may not realize it yet or may not know yet, so they get right. The non-elect, hey, two thumbs up, two middle fingers up to the non-elect.
The next script is going to say it. I'm gonna read 72 again, and then that 73 is gonna say it. For they shall waste and take away their goods and cast it out of their houses. Then shall they be then shall they be known who are my chosen, and they shall be tried as gold in the fire.
We're gonna know who the elect and who ain't. Okay, and that because hey, know what? We don't. If you ain't of the elect, you deserve to die. You don't deserve to make it. Okay. And we can't, and King David said it, and who else said it? Was it Jeremiah? Pray not for these people?
Oh, yeah, that's
both of them, man. We ain't got time to pray for you wicked ass people. It's you niggas, man, that killed our Lord, okay? You Southern Kingdom, let that fall upon us. Yeah, it was you.
That's it. We have no other king but Caesar.
Yeah, with no king but Caesar. They don't want to have
these niggas still got screwed on today because they still suck Trump's balls. You know what I'm saying? You
still believing in America.
Still wearing his MAGA hats and shit. That's Caesar right there.
Still believe in America. Okay, maybe you don't like Trump, but guess what? You want America to keep going.
You want to bring Obama back.
All
of this with you.
I want to build on America.
Right.
We need a black-owned business where we can keep income within our community.
with the white man's face on it.
Yeah.
It sounds stupid. We're talking about doing away with all this wicked society and instituting righteousness. We've been reading what's going to happen to you people that love righteousness. Okay?
You mean that hate righteousness?
No. I'm saying those that love it, they're going to get destroyed.
Oh, that love this society, right?
Maybe I mean unrighteousness. Okay. You got it, bro?
I'll read this last one, 74. Hear, O ye my beloved, saith the Lord, behold, the days of trouble are at hand. But I will deliver you from the same.
Hey, what? He said, beloved, those that are of his elect, the days of trouble are at hand. You're going to go through some shit, but I'm going to deliver you from the same.
That's it.
We got to go through it, but we're going to make it through it.
Lord willing.
Lord willing, we're of the elect. Right. Scarcely be saved. It shall scarcely be saved. And if they scarcely be saved, where should the sinner and the ungodly appear?
Be ye not afraid, neither doubt, for the Most High is your guide.
Be you not afraid or doubt. And the only way you're going to be not afraid or doubt is if you're thoroughly warned and you're practiced and well rehearsed in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah. You got something?
And your faith. Let's not forget faith, man.
Yeah.
You know, you should be building your faith up. This is Isaiah 10 and 20. It says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the remnant of Israel and such as are escaped of the house of Jacob shall no more stay upon him that smote him, but shall stay upon the Lord, the Holy One of Israel, in truth. The remnant shall return, even the remnant of Jacob, into the mighty power.
That's right.
All right.
Everybody else, man, forget about you.
Hey, they going the rest of the of Israel, you know, the 2/3 of Israel, they're gonna come back in the kingdom. They're gonna come back in their right mind on the other side. But right now, on this side, when all this goes down, the majority of our people, they're gonna die, man.
Right.
Because they didn't choose to fear the Lord. They did what the hell they wanted to do. The Lord rose early his servants, the prophets, man, to give warning to Jake. And all Jake wanted to do was talk shit. All they wanted to do was get entertained. All they wanted to do is think that they're basically wise in their own conceit, playing games and shit, man.
Jake don't take nothing serious.
You know? But when all these things happen, you're gonna know that prophets have been among you, man.
Laugh now, for you shall mourn and weep.
Come. You know, hey, get out of this world, man. Get out of the wicked ways that this world teaches you, man.
Separate yourself. Man.
Separate yourself, man.
You gotta dwell physically here, but you don't have to dwell spiritually.
Yeah, he said, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. You know, because the more emotional attachments you have to this place, the harder it's gonna be for you to let go. You know, that's why Lot's wife looked back. You know, because she was still attached to that place. Yeah. But the Most High knew, hey, Lot, I'm about to drag you out here because I don't want you to be like the rest of these people, man.
That's right.
You know, because the elect minds, the elect minds not worried about this place. You know, as it says, no man that worth entangled himself with the affairs of this life. Hey, we got, of course, we got to work and do things like that, but it's fuck it, you know. Yeah. When the economy collapses, we don't have to go to work no more. Man, we're gonna rejoice in that, you know.
Yeah.
You know, but our minds are going to be stable, as the scripture says in Isaiah 33:6, you know, because with the Most High has allowed us, you know, he's opened our eyes and allowed us to put this knowledge within our spirit, you know. Right. So the elect men, they're going to be stable, you know, while the rest of the world is going crazy and being hungry, the elect men are going to eat, you know, when the rest of the world is starving and thirsty, the elect men are gonna have food to drink, they're going to have shelter. You know,
it may only be a little bit, but the difference is it is.
But what does the script say too, though? He said, "I know both how to be abased and abound." You know, the Most High has already prepared the elect men for that little to nothing lifestyle where they endure. You know,
that's right. To say we don't have any abundance.
Correct.
But I'm just saying the difference is, you people don't have the amount you want, you lose it. So when it's all taken away, you're gonna lose it.
And nevertheless, even with just the food, shelter, and things like that, the most important part is having the Heavenly Father on your side. Yeah. You know,
that's him. That's him. I got some Isaiah 65:13. It says, therefore, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, behold, my servant shall eat, but you shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink, but you shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but you shall be ashamed. Behold, my servant shall sing for joy of heart, but you shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. All right. Oh, and you shall leave your name for a curse unto my chosen, for the Lord power shall slay thee, and call his servants by another name. Hey, Holy New Jerusalem. New Jerusalem.
Matthew chapter 6, verse 31, it says, therefore take no thought, saying, what shall we eat, or what shall we drink, or wherewithal shall we be clothed? For after all those things do the Gentiles seek. For your heavenly Father knoweth that ye have need of all these things. But seek ye first the kingdom of the Most High, and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added up to you.
This Psalms 91 at the top. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty.
That's his wisdom. All right, that's the secret place, man. Knowledge and wisdom. All right, the names of the Lord, Yahweh and Yahushai, man. That's the covering in the day.
I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. Surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and the noisome pestilence. He shall cover
missiles.
Correct.
Yeah.
He shall cover thee with his feathers, and under his wings shalt thou trust.
In those chariots.
His truths shall be thy shield and buckler. Thou shalt not be afraid for the terror by night, nor for the arrow that flieth by day, for the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor for the destruction that wasteth at noonday.
Hey, whether the apparitions out there, we ain't gonna worry about it. Real quick, that's why I like that movie Bird Box. There was some that didn't see the bastard. They didn't have to walk around with the blindfolds. That was really the elect. He said they wanted it, they loved it, they rejoiced at it.
Because in that day when the chariots come, the brightness of Yahweh Shai and the angels, only the elect is going to be able to look at, to see.
We're
going to be changed.
We're going to rejoice.
We're going to be changed. Our glory is, we're going to be changed into His glory.
Verse 14, I'm jumping down. Because he has set his love upon me, therefore will I deliver him. I will set him on high because he hath known my name. He shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. With life long will I satisfy him and show him my salvation.
That's right, man. So, that's pretty much it. We're going to wrap up, the water, to you, sincere brothers and even sisters that are, that are tuning in, watching and getting edified, man. Hey, now is the time, man. Hey, we at the end of 2018. We saw what the hell went down this year. So much that happened this year. 2019.
Yeah.
The shit's gonna be real in 2019, man.
Just let the internet go off and watch what happens.
Revelation 12:12.
Hell yeah, man. And Lord will on the 31st, Lord will, we're gonna go live, man. We do this every year, man. The New Year's Eve of destruction, man. Bringing into 2019, man. It's gonna be 2019, man. Just look for it. It's gonna be some shit.
Yep.
It's gonna be some shit, man. Okay. So with that, we're gonna close out. We're gonna give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Harakakadash. Double honors to the elder apostles who rule well the great millstone. And Shalom Wabakatham, peace and blessings, salutations to the tabernacle of David, the hopeful elect. We're gonna say Shalom.
Shalom.